Lipstick. So today I am doing a very exciting video. I had two requests from two different subscribers. One to use the Naked Smoky, Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette in a tutorial and create a look with that. And the other request was to do a glam look using some eyeshadows with a little pop of shimmer, but for mature aged skin. So for older women who have maybe fine lines and wrinkles and stuff. And you guys might be thinking, what does this girl know about aged skin or mature skin? She's 28 years old, she does not have any wrinkles. Well, actually I have acne pitting, and that actually acts the same way as fine lines and wrinkles do. So I have a lot of experience with a lot of age-defying products that work to help plumpen up the skin, stuff like that. So I actually have more experience than you would think utilizing products that are meant for women with mature skin. So I wanted to show you guys this tutorial to create this makeup look. It's kind of a glam makeup look using the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette and also using a bunch of products tailored towards women with mature skin. So I'm very, very excited. I do want to point out the Naked Smoky palette does have a lot of fallout. And I did my face makeup first. I would definitely recommend starting with the eyes if you're going to use this palette because it does have so much fallout. I had to go in and utilize concealer to fix it up, and it was just kind of a pain in the butt. So definitely do it that way, but I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I really hope it's helpful for my viewers who are more mature. I have a lot of great recommendations for products, and yeah, so thank you guys. I was going to say thank you so much for watching. You haven't even watched yet. If you would like to see how I did this look and recommendations for great products, just keep on watching. Alright guys, so first of all, I started out my face with moisturizing. And this is a product that I really recommend for anyone with mature skin or acne pitting like I have. And this is the L'Oreal Paris Collagen Moisture Filler Renewal Cream. And what this does is it actually works to kind of plumpen up the skin so that it will fill in the fine lines and wrinkles. For me, with the acne pitting, what it does is kind of raises the acne pitting, not completely, but the best it can, and then I can fill it in with a pore filling primer. So the primer that I'm going to be using today is one of my favorites, and it's the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Primer. I love this. It's a silicone based primer, so I just sweep it over the areas of my face that have the acne pitting. For you guys with more mature skin, you would use it over the areas that you have maybe like fine lines and some wrinkles. Just you can put it all over your face if you have more aged skin, or just concentrate it on the areas that you need it. So I'm going to go in and put this on the areas that I need it, which are right here in the middle of my forehead. Another recommendation I have is if you have more aged skin that tends to be a little bit dry, I completely recommend also the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. I just got this maybe like a week ago, and I've been using it, and it's so good. It's really, really hydrating. It's like an extra moisturizer for your skin, but then it helps your makeup stay on even longer. So I love this. So now that we have our base done, we're gonna go in with foundation. And now for aged skin, I have to say that I don't necessarily feel like there's a ton of great options at the drugstore. I mean, there's good options. You definitely can find some that are really good for mature skin. I just feel like the company that nails the aged skin foundation is Lancome. And I have two that I really love from Lancome that I want to recommend for you guys. First one, I know you guys have heard me talk about these. First one is the Lancome Photogenic Luminescence Foundation. This is meant for aged skin. It helps plump it up again, those areas that you maybe have fine lines or wrinkles. For me, it works for my acne pitting, blah, blah, blah. It's a really great foundation. It has a beautiful kind of satiny finish. You don't have to set it with a powder because it will stay on its own all day. You can set it with a powder, but you don't have to, which is what I love about this. The other one is my all-time favorite foundation of ever. I just got this in December, and it's the best foundation I've ever used in my life, and that is the Lancome Miracle Cushion Foundation. Now, it does not completely cover all of my facial imperfections like acne and stuff. I do have to spot conceal those areas, but if you have mature skin, this is going to give you the most beautiful foundation coverage and finish, it's just gorgeous. It looks like skin. It does not look cakey at all. It's just beautiful and you look so radiant when you have it on. I love this so much. This is the one I'm going to use today because I keep talking about it and I want to show you guys the beautiful finish it has. Alright, so the Lancome foundation looks like this. You open it up, it's got the little pad in there. This is washable. I would recommend washing it quite often if you have acne prone skin like I do, just so bacteria doesn't harbor on there. And then you open it up and it's got the little cushion with your foundation in there. This is a fantastic product. I just love it so much. I hear so many great things about some of the other cushion products as well. So yeah, which I haven't tried any other ones, but I keep hearing great things. I know, is it L'Oreal who just came out with one? I think so. Could be wrong, but there's a drugstore version of this and I have heard it's really good. So you could try that one as well. So I just dipped my little sponge in there and I'm going to go around my face here and apply this. Okay, so this foundation applies so sheer that it really gives your face just like this natural look of perfection. Like you just really have a great complexion that has no redness and it's just beautiful. You can really build it up and it never cakes. It doesn't ever completely cover all of my acne marks and I wouldn't expect it to because it isn't meant for that. So I do go in with a separate kind of concealer, but if you have more mature skin, you probably don't have acne, so you really don't have to worry about this. I am going to spot conceal though. Alright, so something else I'm extremely familiar with that most people who have more mature skin have are dark circles. I have very dark circles, I always have. I think it's mainly because I'm so pale and I don't sleep very well. So today I'm going to be using the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline. This is a fantastic under eye concealer. This is the dark circle corrector, the one that I have, the Eraser Dark Circles. It's a treatment concealer, so it actually means it helps to lessen the dark circles while it's concealing. So that's really awesome. Definitely recommend this one. They have different ones, like regular concealer for just like fair skin, medium skin, dark skin, stuff like that. But I definitely picked the one up that says Dark Circle Eraser because I just find that it works better and I love that it's a treatment. So I'm just going to dot this under the eyes, and I find personally that I get the best coverage when I blot it in with my fingers. So don't forget to go inside the inner corner of your eye as well because that's where people actually get the most purple. And if you forget to conceal that, then your eye makeup actually makes you look like you're exhausted. Now if you have super dark circles and concealer doesn't entirely work for them, I definitely recommend using a color corrector. Becca just came out with one that people are raving about on YouTube. It's kind of a more salmon orangey type of color to correct the purple and blue tones of under eye circles. e.l.f. has some which I love. e.l.f. has a pink one that I use under the eyes, and not only does it help mask the dark circles, but it brightens the under eye area. Today, just by using this, we're gonna really just make the face look kind of flat and one color. I don't mind that. That's kind of what I'm looking for because I'm going to be going for a more glam look today. So, alright, so now I'm going to set my face real quick just in case there's any fallout with the eyes. I don't want it sticking to the under eye area. And today I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Powder. This is their Mineral Wear Talc-Free Mineral Face Powder in Translucent. I love this. It's such a finely milled powder that it never ends up looking cakey. And it doesn't settle into like my acne pitting, so it likely will not settle into fine lines and wrinkles. Really sorry if you can hear the dog in the background. She is climbing on me. She knocked my, yeah, like that. She did that. Okay, anyway, back to powder. I'm gonna powder my face. Just take a big fluffy brush and dot this around my face. Always make sure you're using tapping motions. Don't drag because then it just drags the foundation off, causes streaks in your foundation, blah blah blah. And now I'm actually gonna go into, I finally got my hands on this. This is the NYX Contour Kit. Now this is a drugstore contour kit. It costs about 20 bucks. I actually got it technically for free because I did get my makeup certification, and this was one of the gifts that came with my kind of startup makeup kit. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna be using this pink shade here because I have pink undertones and I really just kind of want to neutralize the under eye area. So I'm gonna take a fluffy brush in this powder here and just set the under eyes. So what that does is it really neutralizes the area there. If you have more warm tone skin, so yellow undertones, definitely use the yellow powder because it will brighten your under eyes for you. So now we're gonna move on to the eyes, and first of all, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. eyelid primer that comes in the liquid formula. Not my favorite, but I've been having kind of dry eyelids lately because of the skincare that I've been using. So this one actually works really well for me right now as opposed to the stick one, which I love. I use the stick when I have oily eyelids, and then this kind of more wet primer when I have dry eyelids. And then once again, I'm just gonna dip into my loose setting powder that I used before the Physicians Formula stuff and just set that primer. The reason we set the primer is because when you're going over primer with shadows, it tends to drag and get stuck the brush, and it doesn't blend evenly unless you set it with powder first. So now we're gonna go into the Naked Smoky palette, and I'm gonna be doing kind of a dramatic glam look today by request. And I'm so excited to be using this. If you do not have this palette, it is insane how many drugstore dupes there are. There's a Sonia Kajak palette that's kind of a neutral palette, all matte, that looks very similar to this. It has a lot of the same colors. It has the blues and a lot of neutrals. Also L'Oreal and Revlon and all those other brands make these types of palettes. It's really just a matter of personal preference about which brand's eyeshadows you prefer. Pick one of those up and you can find all of these colors in the drugstore. But I'm going to use the Smoky palette because my subscriber also has this palette and she had requested that I try something out and use it. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I absolutely love the brush that came with this palette, and this is what it looks like. It's got a really fluffy kind of crease brush on the top and then a pencil definer brush on the bottom. So it's really, really versatile. It's fantastic. I'm going to be using it along with some other brushes during this tutorial. So let's dip on in here. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this light pink color into my crease. I'm just going to put this on the fluffy crease brush and really just kind of get in there with it. And I'm not pulling it all the way to the inner corner. I'm just taking it about halfway on the eyelid crease here and kind of dusting it through. Now I feel like because I already have hooded eyes, I can easily relate to those with more mature age skin because as you get older, your eyes tend to hood. Gravity takes its toll and your skin kind of droops a little bit, and more women tend to have hooded eyes as they get older. So already having them, I can show you guys how I deal with them and do some beautiful eyeshadow looks with hooded eyes. So now that we have that color in there as kind of like a neat transition shade, I'm gonna go into this deep kind of smoke color, and this one's called Password. Take it on the same brush, and I'm gonna concentrate it a little bit more in the crease area. And this time I am taking it down into the inside corner. Okay, so now that I've got that built up in a little bit and got some definition in the crease, I'm actually going to take the tapered end of this and dip it into Password again. Really concentrate on kind of cutting that crease. We're trying to create kind of really defined line in there. And then again, take the fluffy brush and really kind of blend that out. Alright, so now for the outside corner, I'm actually going to be taking a flat smudge brush and going into the color Dagger. This is a beautiful like navy color. It's got very fine glitter in it, but once you put it on the eyelid, you cannot really see it at all. And I'm just applying this to the outside corner of my eye in kind of a cat shape, just kind of outer V. That color actually has some fallout, so I'm just going to dust that away with my fluffy brush. And now I'm going to take a clean blending brush and go right in there and kind of diffuse the edges of that color. And then I'm going to go back in with that pinky color. It's actually called Combust. And I'm going to sweep it right above the crease here just to make that transition a little bit better. And then now on the inside portion here that we have nothing, we're going to be using Slanted, which is a beautiful kind of shimmery gray blue color. I'm just going to take this on a smudge brush and put it right on the area without any product. And then I always go back with kind of a clean crease brush and just kind of blend everything. I spend a lot of time blending. That was one of my issues before completing my makeup certification. I wasn't blending enough. Now before I finish up with the eyes, I'm going to move on to eyebrows. And my eyebrows are really kind of a mess right now because I just had the surgery and I haven't had a chance to go get them threaded. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, and I'm going to kind of really define my eyebrows as my dog is scratching me. I got the eyebrows done, so we're going to highlight the brow bone using this white shade in the Naked palette. This one is called 13. Just going to use kind of a pointy tapered brush to do that. That's really where you want to concentrate it. It acts as a highlight and really helps transition all those colors upward. I'm also going to take that along the inner corner of the eye as well and use that as my highlight there. And then now we're going to take the Combust color, which is kind of the pinky color in there, drag it underneath the lash line here. If you have any eye bags under your eyes, you can kind of use this to accentuate them. It's actually going to make you look a little bit more youthful rather than aged. And then I'm going to go into the dagger color, which we used on the outer corner of the eye, and drag this under the lower 1/3 of the eye and kind of bring it upward and flick it out once you get to the upper lash line. Also, once you've flicked it out, go back in with your little shader brush and really make sure that that's blended. Okay, so now you can see there's a little bit more of a defined kind of flick cat eye look without actually using liner to do that. And I always go back in and make sure everything's blended even more. Bottom line, spend a lot of time blending because your eyeshadow never looks good if it's not blended. Now we're gonna go into Slanted, which was the color on the lid that has a little bit of shimmer in it. Gonna go in with that and add this right underneath on the lower lash line, meeting up with that darker blue color, just to create some shimmer on the lower lash line as well. Okay, so for liner, I'm gonna be taking the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, and all I'm gonna do is very closely hug the upper lash line with this. Real thin line, just kind of trace it all the way to the end and just stop. We're not going to do a flick or anything. So we just have a nice line of black liner on the upper lids. It's just going to help to make your eyelashes look a little bit more full. And then I'm going to take a black Kohl pencil, and this is just a real cheapy one that I got from TJ Maxx, just a black pencil. I'm going to line the upper waterline with this black. Again, helping to make the upper lash line look really full. Okay, so now for the lower lash line though, or the lower waterline, I'm gonna be using a nude pencil because this actually is gonna help open up our eyes, make us look a little bit more wide awake. I'm using my NYX Wonderpencil. Then we're gonna curl the lashes, and this also helps open up the eyes as well, especially if you have hooded eyes. And then the mascara that I'm going to be applying today is the MAC Extended Play Mascara. I'm using this because it's waterproof, and when you have kind of more mature skin and hooded eyes and stuff like that, mascara tends to really crease on the lower lash line and get all over the hood and stuff. So by using a waterproof mascara, you're going to eliminate that from happening. So this next step is kind of optional. I am going to contour a little bit today using my NYX Contour Kit. Alright, so I have pink undertones, so that means I have a cool kind of skin color, or yeah, complexion. So I need to use a cool colored contour, which would be this one in the palette here. Oh, this one right here. This is a Kohl contour. It's got pink undertones in it. So if you have more of a yellow undertone to your skin, you're gonna wanna use a warm contour, which are these two over here. You just kind of go a couple shades darker than your normal skin tone. So I'm gonna use this one here. This would be for really dark complexions, and it's actually kind of more of a bronzer, but whatever. This is not a contouring video, so I'm not gonna go too in depth with it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to dip into this Kohl colored contour, tap off any excess, and really start to carve out my cheekbones right over here. So I'm using this to create a line, and then I'm blending upward. And I stop right about where the end of my eye would be, because this is where it's most natural on me, because I have kind of that dimple right there. So I have to kind of stop at the dimple. Otherwise you can totally tell that I drew my contour on. And if you ever feel like your contour is too much, just go back in with your powder brush and just do a little sweep right over it. It really helps to kind of diffuse if you went a little bit overboard. So now moving on to blush, I'm going to be using the Milani Baked Blush in Dolce Pink #1. And this is a really pretty soft pink blush with a little bit of shimmer in it. It kind of helps to make your face look a little bit brighter. The shimmer really kind of wakes everything up. If you don't love shimmer, definitely use just a matte pink blush. I'm just going to dust this on the apples of my cheeks and kind of sweep it back toward the contour, but really focusing kind of on that front apple part of my cheek. When you are sweeping color on the apples of your cheeks, it actually makes you look a little bit more youthful. And then the higher you bring your blush, so if you decide to start the blush back here, that actually ages you a little bit. As you can see, there's a nice beautiful flush of pink there. Now for highlighter. I'm actually going to be using this Galactic Beauty Face Glow in Natural. It's a really pretty kind of natural highlight. You can skip the highlight if you don't like it. I just love it for the cheekbone area. It looks like this, and it's got some very fine shimmer in it. And I'm just going to sweep this on the top of my cheekbones here. Hopefully the camera picks up what it's doing. It's creating like a beautiful natural glow. It kind of blends in with the blush. Alright, the very last step today is going to be lips, and today I'm going to be using MAC's Angel. This is a Frost Formula pink lipstick. It's so beautiful. If you have chronically kind of dry lips, definitely use a lip primer. MAC makes a lip primer called MAC Prep and Prime. NYX makes one as well. It's not as hydrating as the MAC one, but it works really well too. Alright guys, so this is the completed makeup look using the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So please like and subscribe, and thank you so much. Have a great day.